Hey, what's up, guys? We are here with Josh to discuss a current event that happened earlier this week. We found out that Danny Worsnop returned to Asking Alexandria, and as Die-Hard Asking Alexandria fans, we aren't really exactly sure how we feel about that. I have a lot of anger and a lot of upset feelings, but then again, I'm also very, very happy at the same time. How do you feel, Josh?
I mean, it is what it is. I'm not mad or sad or anything. It's just, it happens.
Maybe
Can't really change it.
Maybe I'm just really obsessed with Danny, but I don't know. Like, okay, you can't just leave a band and come back. You know, like I remember how upset I was when I heard that Danny left the band. Like, I was in my senior English class and I read the article on AP that Danny Worsnop had reportedly left the band. Like, that broke my heart right there, because Danny's always been like a pretty big inspiration all my life, because he is my favorite rock star, like especially during the Stand Up and Scream days, obviously.
I mean, I was kind of happy about it, but then again, I was kind of worried that they wouldn't find like another vocalist. So
yeah, they did find
their time
Dennis.
with it. They definitely took their time with it.
I do remember when it was hard for me. Okay, another part that's hard for me is they brought Dennis into the band, and I was very skeptical first, because once they first released that single, I Won't Give In, I was like, oh man, this is nothing compared to Danny, because I Won't Give In was obviously a different style of track that was on the album The Black, which The Black is such a great album, and if it wasn't for Dennis, that album probably wouldn't have even sounded like that. That was honestly the style of Reckless and Relentless without the alcoholic reference in it. So I really do feel like that was an amazing track. I'm going to be very sad if I see those songs are no longer respected in the Asking catalog anymore. I'd hate to see those songs not performed live anymore, especially since Danny's coming into the band. Like, some of those songs were written about Danny not being in the band anymore. But we don't have all the facts about what happened and why Danny's really back in the band. Ben Bruce released that Facebook Live video, which was where we got the confirmation that Danny was back in the band. Like, we've been hearing the rumors for what, past couple weeks?
Yeah,
it's
pretty
been
much.
Going, dude, it was going on.
Since Dennis kind of like isolated himself.
Yeah, and supposedly Dennis isolated himself, which is very, very upsetting, because he is over in the Ukraine supposedly, and no one has contact with him. But anyways, Asking Alexandria starts the Sumerian 10-year tour tomorrow, and I'm wondering, okay, this isn't facts because we don't have all the details, but I'm wondering, what if Danny's back in the band because Dennis went back to the Ukraine and just ditched Asking? Because supposedly he texted Asking that Asking Alexandria was dead or something.
So, yeah,
something like that, and that was like the only text they got from him. So like, if he did that, that's a really big bummer, and I could see them picking up Danny as like, oh shit, we're going on this huge tour. We need a vocalist who knows the material and people know and like.
Yeah.
But yeah, then again, you gotta remember, Danny left the band for a reason. Like, he wasn't into it anymore. His vocal style is very, very different. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you bring someone with such like for me personally, a southern rock, I wasn't even say country, because he's got a country album out now. Not judging, I'm not a judgmental person, so I'm not judging him saying, oh, he shouldn't be in metal because he doesn't make other metal music. Oh, who cares about that? No, his style of vocal is just, I don't know if he could fit the Asking style. Like, I saw a video of the video teaser that they posted on Facebook of Danny picking up the Stand Up and Scream mic, and that was seriously gave me goosebumps. Like, that made me happy. I don't know if you know, but I am very, very obsessed with the album Stand Up and Scream and everything from that era.
I don't think you like Stand Up and Scream.
What the hell was that? Anyways, but Stand Up and Scream is probably the greatest album ever written. Better than Led Zeppelin 4. I'm gonna get my ass kicked for saying that. But Led Zeppelin 4, my generation. But Danny's vocal style does not, I don't know if it fits the style of what Asking just rebirthed itself, you know?
Like, I mean, I don't know how he's gonna be able to do the Black album like at all.
Are they even gonna do songs off the Black? I guess we'll find out tomorrow,
Yeah,
because tomorrow's the
tomorrow.
first day of the show. I'll be checking out for all the footage, and
I'm so scared.
it's very nervous, man. Like, I'm very nervous. Like, I've been watching his Snapchats and stuff, and he, from what I see, maybe he's secretly with the band, but he's always out drinking and partying, man. Like, I want him to like practice, man. I want him to not fuck up. Like, a lot of Die-Hard fans are really, really looking into him not fucking up and being a disappointment. Because I feel like that's highly possible. Like, he wasn't... I don't think he should have been in the band, back in the band with him not being sober yet. But again, they are rock stars. It's the rock star mentality. Another thing I want to talk about is Asking is one of those bands, if you watch their earlier interviews, they always talk about how they want to be like the rock bands they look up to. So like all the rock bands that they were looking up to, Motley Crue, Black Sabbath, they've all had replacement vocalists for one album, or an album or two, and like just different eras. And I feel like maybe they wanted to step away and do that for a little bit, because I know they have a lot of inspiration. And I guess history kind of repeats itself. So I think that's kind of cool too. Like, history repeats itself in every generation, and I guess Asking is one of those bands of our generation that we're gonna love and see forever. And when we're old people, we're gonna, oh, this ain't good music. Asking Alexandria is good music. We're gonna be those people, you know. That's just how it goes. Every generation, you got those people that go, oh, Elvis is the best rock star. Then they go, no, the Beatles is the best rock star. Then no, Kiss is the best rock band. And it just goes on generation. And I feel like Asking Alexandria is the rock band of my generation, or one of them. They're definitely up there for that style. But like I said, we don't have all the information and details about Danny returning to the band, and maybe they Asking might keep it private. What if Asking is actually paying Dennis to be quiet and they wanted Danny back in the band? Like, I've seen stuff like that happen in bands before, you know, like.
I just couldn't see them doing that,
But it could all be a label contract. You never know, dude. Like,
you wouldn't be able to know unless Dennis actually said something.
I think
the only thing he said was that one thing on Twitter, you know.
Yeah, that one thing on Twitter.
I'm not going to talk about it. He can't tour, do touring anymore or something like that.
I'd really like to hear Dennis's side on this. Like, why? Why are you not in the band anymore, Dennis? Like, were you not enjoying it? Come on, The Black was such a killer album. I'm pretty sure it's the best album you've ever even been a part of. No offense, I mean, like, Make Me Famous is fantastic. Go check them out if you haven't yet. Same with Down and Dirty. Down and Dirty is also on Sumerian Records. That's actually how Dennis had like a little opening into Asking, I believe. But check out Down and Dirty. What's that one single that everyone needs to check out? It starts with an M.
Move It.
Move It. Check out Move It. Watch the music video. It is phenomenal. Dennis is a great vocalist. Me and him, we've met him a few times, and he's been super nice. We met him at the Ready Room back when Asking came through. He hung out with me and him for a little bit, and he was
pretty laid back guy.
Super laid back guy, like very laid back. Like,
he's really down to earth to, you know, talk about whatever.
I'm very upset that Dennis isn't in the band anymore, because like that was like a true connection. Like, maybe it's just because of my personal experiences with him that have just been so awesome, and I don't think that would ever be able to happen with Danny. Now, you guys want to hear a story about me and Danny? Like, the first and only time I ever talked to him, I pissed him off hella hard. Like, at one of We Are Harlot's first shows, I brought a copy of Stand Up and Scream to get signed. This is right after he left the band, literally 2 months after him and Asking were over. I brought Stand Up and Scream to get signed. I told him I was going to meet up with the rest of the band on Warped Tour to get them to sign it. So he took the cover, and he wrote over the whole thing so no one else could sign it. Like, it's fucked up. I pissed him off hard. But hey, look, now he's back in Asking, and he's picking up the Stand Up and Scream mic on that teaser video. I really do hope we get something Stand Up and Scream special. Like, but I don't see him being able to perform any of those songs. Like, I just don't know, man. Like, I remember from Death to Destiny, his vocal style was dramatically different from Reckless and Relentless. Like,
yeah, that vocal surgery, so I kind of like messed him up with
okay, that too, but I'd like to see him be able to try to go back to his early ways, early styles. And I think a lot of people would. That's why we love Dennis. Like, Dennis was able to perform and hit some notes that Danny wasn't able to hit for a long time, or hadn't been able to hit for a long time, or even hit at all. Like, that was phenomenal. And he was young, had the energy.
Yeah. A lot of energy.
Lot of energy. Got the crowd going. Definitely brought the girls into it, you know, being the ladies' man. I mean, I'm a ladies' man too. With these guns. Once got suspended for bringing these guns to school. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew puberty. I guess that's kind of weird. But anyways, I love Danny a lot. Like, anyone that knows me knows that he's one of my favorite topics to talk about, especially him in his early days. Like, that's my favorite. Everyone has a favorite rock star and a favorite era from their rock star. My favorite rock star is Danny Worsnop. My favorite era is him from 2009. All the old Asking Alexandria stuff on MySpace is all my favorite shit. But I guess we will see what happens to Danny returning to Asking Alexandria tomorrow night once he hits the stage on the Sumerian 10-year tour. It's very nervous. I'm very nervous to watch these videos and see the set list, man. Very, very nervous. I don't know how you feel. I mean, I know you're kind of more laid back about it than I am, because I love Danny.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous about it, because he's like, I don't know how his vocals are anymore. It's like, you know, he's been with We Are Harlot and, you know, the country. So
exactly, man. He's been a different style. What if he's back at asking for money? Like, what if he just became broke? Like,
I mean, it's possible, I guess.
And obviously, since he's the original, bands are often known to be known as the original members or the most valuable members, as we've seen a history of rock bands. Kiss, Black Sabbath, Motley Crue, Van Halen. Van Halen original members came back. It'd be a huge deal. Metallica, everyone loves the original Metallica lineup. It seems to be a history of original members always stick last. I've always been told, oh, a band dies once the vocalist leaves. You can never replace the vocalist. Is that possible? Like, what if Asking wasn't being as successful with Dennis than they were with Danny? Who knows, man? I guess we will find out tomorrow. That's all I personally have to talk about this topic. What about you, Josh?
I mean, as far as like his vocals, I don't know. It's just weird because I feel like he's just gonna be using AA again. But then it's like a possibility that, you know, they're all friends, you know, they feel better about each other and everything. They're getting close again, so it's like, it's cool that it's like that.
Yeah, it's like a friendship. Like, you have two best friends. Oh, I guess in this case 5. But anyways, let's talk about Ben and Danny. Ben and Danny were best friends growing up. They were best friends for years on end. And one day, these two best friends got in an argument. We've all been there, so I understand where they're coming from. And then a couple years down the road, yeah, that's the past, man. Come on, dude, we're friends, dude. Like, this is what we do. Come back. What if this is just true friendship coming back into place? We don't know. I guess we'll see tomorrow, and I guess we'll be keeping up on details. But that's all I had to talk about.
I mean, as far as, I just wish Dennis would just like speak his mind.
I really would like to hear from
Then
Dennis.
again, they don't need any more drama now that, you know, they're gonna be starting tour again, like tomorrow.
Sumerian
so.
10-year tour, man. That tour is
That's right.
phenomenal. They got Asking, and then opening up for them, Born of Osiris, opening up for them, I See Stars.
Yeah.
And then Upon a Burning Body before them, and then Bad Omens. Is that all of them?
After the burial.
Oh, After the Burial, too. That is one stacked
Yeah,
fucking lineup.
yeah.
Alright, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna watch videos tomorrow. I know there's gonna be people out there that are gonna be recording Danny coming back. Why not? I mean, it's gonna be all over
tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some up within tomorrow night.
So
midnight,
much,
anything
so
like
much.
that.
I'm gonna check the set list. If everything looks awesome, I'm making a road trip up to Chicago to catch this tour, man. Like, I really hope there's something Stand Up and Scream related after seeing that teaser that Asking released of Danny picking up the mic, which you can watch right here, right now. And that video was fucking badass, was it not? Did you not just see Danny's hand pick up the Stand Up and Scream mic? Like, to me, that gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. Pretty cool, I guess.
Alright, well, that's all I have to talk about right now. And
I know one thing I just didn't like whenever the guy from Make Me Famous had to you know, be like, I told you so. That wasn't really needed at all, really. I mean,
which member of Make It Famous was he?
that I don't recall. I wasn't really big on that or anything.
Alright, well, one of the members of Make Me Famous reached out to Asking and said, "We told you so," meaning they warned Asking about Dennis pulling some shit like this.
Yeah, I've also heard like vice versa. You know, Make Me Famous screwed over Dennis rather than Dennis screwed them over. But
that's just kind of how it goes,
it's,
man. It's a blame game. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But that's not how I want to see it, man. I just want an epic band to come out of this. I want the 2009 Asking just to come out again, man. I remember how exciting the Asking was when it first came out. Like, it was a hit, dude. Like, it was fresh, fresh and new. Now it's pushing 10 years old, man. Like, that's considered, the old stuff's considered classic, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things, man. Well, that's all I have today, and
I think that's all I have for now, yeah.
and we are out. Stay tuned. I'm sure we will have more discussions on Asking Alexandria coming up here in the near future.
I guess hit us up on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
We'll probably post about it then too. So
Leave comments about how you feel. I'd love to talk to everyone and anyone about Danny. So be sure to do so. Subscribe, like this video, tell us what you'd like to see more of, and here you can, in this box, you'll be able to get to his channel or video. Not sure what it is yet, but that's Josh. All right, and we are out. Woo!